La 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 la, I'm driven. La 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 la, I'm driven. La 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 la, I'm driven. When times are rough, you just gotta stay up and just be driven. Take life one step at a time and just know it's all worth living. Giddy up, let's go, be motivated and stay driven. You got one chance at life, don't tell me it's not worth living. Breathe in, breathe out, come on now, just let it out. Be focused on the path you chose now, get forgiven. Just do your best, forget the rest and make it happen. The time will come when they look up to you and say you're driven. La 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 la, I'm driven. La 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 la, I'm driven. La 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 la, I'm driven. I'm gonna keep up the fight. La 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 la, I'm driven. La 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 la, I'm driven. La 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 la.
All right, we gotta get our masks on. We are walking through. This is reserved for the mayor. Whee! If you can read that. So we are gonna take a walk through and show you what's going on here. Joey.
What, does it work? Oh, it works. Good.
It's working.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm doing. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm doing
You
good.
doing
How
good?
are you doing? Good.
I'm doing good.
I'm glad we're doing good.
Yeah. You gonna be okay with the name?
With the what?
With the name?
The name
George.
is George Strombo. Populous.
we got this.
Just
Josh.
don't ask me. Just don't ask me to spell it. That's all.
All right. All right. So
It's a
I'm
long
just
one.
okay. I'm just gonna show you the stars here. There it is. George Strombolobulus. I think I said it right. Yeah, I think I got. We got stars down here. Oh yeah, look at that.
We got 3 more easels here. You need them?
And we got Noel Cadastre Damn, I gotta practice these names, man. Such beautiful, unique names, and that's his star right here. So Joey will be the one who's gonna be, bringing their attention to these stars, and they will be officially part of this whole thing here. All right, guys, we are here. We got Noel situated in his green room right there. Right there. He's talking to his family right now, and we'll just see how everything goes. Hopefully everything is going. And there's the man of the hour right there. Noel. This
How's
is
it
the
going?
guy. Oh yeah, are you excited?
I'm very excited, honored.
That's awesome, man. You know what? This guy is so humble, and it's so nice to see a person like this receive this beautiful thing that's happening today. So congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Appreciate you.
all right, brother.
See you soon.
Yeah, man. Hazel, say hi to everybody.
Hi, how are you? Good.
Yeah, this is gonna be an awesome day. You excited?
Hi, have a great day. This is wonderful. We're all getting together again. Finally.
Finally, yeah, that's right. All right, awesome. So we're gonna check in. We're gonna walk through, see how everything is going. They got the stage set up right there, and we will get things going. So hopefully, I think we're still waiting for Strombo, and I think that's about it. All right, beautiful people. We got the amazing George here. There he is. And this guy is such an awesome person. I used to see him on MTV, and now here he is in real life, man.
Very kind. Nice to see you. How are you, man?
Not too bad, brother.
Right on.
You know what? This guy is so humble, and I noticed that with everyone who is in the industry. You got to be humble, right, George?
I mean, I think you should be just humble as a person.
Yeah,
I think so. There's
that's
no
right.
other reason. There's no
Right.
other way to be. But yeah, of course, I try to be. I'm my mother's son. That's kind of
That's
how I
awesome.
approach life.
That's awesome,
You
man.
know?
And are you excited for today's event?
This is really nice.
Yeah.
This is really nice. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm grateful for the chance to meet everybody and
Yeah.
have this little moment. That's very nice.
That's awesome, George. And you know what, man? I wish you the best in your journey.
Thank
And
you.
I gotta say, man, you look good for your age, brother.
For my age. For my
You look,
age.
no, you do, man. And
Thank
you know
you.
what? You're an inspiration,
No,
brother.
you're very kind.
All right,
Thanks,
take
buddy.
care and have a good time.
You
all
too,
right?
man. Thank
All
you.
right, take care. All right, guys, that was George, and the events are gonna be, the unveiling. It's gonna be amazing, and they deserve every little bit of it for their hard work and dedication to the works of the craft, their craft. And we'll see how it goes. And we've got a little bit of rain coming on through right now, but hopefully the universe and God will try to tame it down a little bit. I got the umbrella, and if anybody needs anything, then they'll just be, I think they're all running into the tent there. So let's see how it goes. All right, cute. All right, guys, we got Noel's family here. Say hi.
Hi.
You guys excited?
Very excited and very proud.
I'm gonna say, you guys, you know what? Just in first impressions of Noel, he's such a humble guy.
He is.
And I think comes down, it starts with the family. And that's what the mom. Mommy.
Mommy.
I gotta get mommy. Mommy.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank
Proud
you.
of your son?
Very proud of him.
Yeah, you're such a good mom. You raised a good kid.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's very nice to see, a nice, close-knit family.
Yes.
And, everything coming together for future purposes.
Yes.
So, you know what? This is Noel's family.
Noel's daughter.
And Noel's daughter. Hey, sweetie. You proud of your daddy?
Daddy.
Oh, you're so cute. All right, so we're gonna get started now. Everything's gonna happen. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And we got Bonnie and there they are. Okay, I think we're gonna get the party started now. And I'm gonna wait till everyone settles down, and we'll get this thing started. All right.
Morning. My name is Patty Janetta, and welcome to the 10th anniversary of the Mississauga Music Walk of Fame. Thank you. We are so thrilled that you could join us. We gather today on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit. We recognize this land and pay our respect to the Anishinaabe, First Nations, Métis, and Inuit of the past, present, and future. Thank you, and please welcome the President of the Board, Cliff Hunt.
Welcome to everyone. The 2021 Mississauga Music Walk of Fame, presented this year for the first time by Brightwater, and we appreciate it very much. Tenth anniversary, and they said it wouldn't last. Founded in 2012 by the late Jim Tovey, we are bigger and better than ever. 29 inductees prior to today, and we're just getting started. It's great to see everyone here on this almost sunny day. I had written sunny Mississauga Day, and I don't know. Welcome, Mayor Crombie of the great city of Mississauga. Our MPP, Rudy Gazzetto, is here. Thank you for coming. And Councillor of Ward Wonderful, Stephen Dasko. And it still is Ward Wonderful. All other council members that are here, Chris Kane and the team of the Southside Shuffle, our partners who have helped make this event possible. Prior inductees, I see a lot of them roaming around. Prakash John, the great Prakash John is here. The wonderful Liberty Silver is here. Rock star Gil Moore is here in the front row. The head of Canadian Music Week is here. Neil Dixon. Joey Cee is here. Patty Janetta, who I mentioned. And I think Fido Blanco is here. Fido couldn't make it, I'm sorry. He's welcome anytime. And of course, the people without whom this event would not be possible, and that is our incredible board of directors. Jack Sloggett, Joey Cee, Patty Janetta, Don McVie. Well, finally, and most importantly, this year's two great and deserving inductees. Recording engineer on some of the world's biggest selling recordings, producer, songwriter, and graduate of Mississauga's own Metalworks Institute, Noel Cadastre. Television, radio broadcaster, actor, media producer, and humanitarian. The legend, George Strombolopoulos. How lucky are we? How lucky are we? We have a lot of ground to cover in a limited amount of time, so it is my honor and privilege to introduce a great friend and supporter of the walk, the Mayor, Bonnie Crombie. Madam Mayor.
Well, hello everyone. Good morning. What a great day. I'm so grateful that the rain is holding out. It is an absolute honor to be joining you for the 10th annual Mississauga Walk of Fame induction ceremony. How many people have been to all 10? I see some hands, quite a few of you. Thank you, wonderful. So I want to acknowledge all my friends and colleagues who are here. The one and only incomparable Hazel McCallion, our former mayor. She wouldn't miss this. She's a big fan. And of course, as we know, the councillor for the area, who's doing a fantastic job, my friend and colleague, Stephen Dasko from Ward 1. Stephen, give a wave. The MPP for the area, Rudy Cazzetto, is here. Thank you, Rudy. And from the city of Mississauga, who helped coordinate all these events and need some acknowledgement, because we always have to acknowledge our staff who work so hard and do such a great job for us. Paul Damaso, Carmen Ford, Corey Poole. Are you all here? Some of you are here. There you are. Thank you. Thank you for coming. They work very, very hard. And of course, the board of directors you just heard, who they all are. We thank them each and every day for continuing this incredible event that the former councillor, a very special person, a rock star in his own right, who called it Ward Wonderful, Jim Tovey, in his memory. So we always think about Jim and thank him for beginning this event. It was his brainchild, and it was a great idea, and I'm so grateful to him for doing so. He was passionate about his community, and he loved his family dearly. And of course, you know that we lost him far too soon, but he's forever in our hearts. And I can't think of a better home for the Walk of Fame than right here in beautiful Memorial Park in Port Credit. From the patios, the pubs, the live music, the restaurants, to the festivals galore, Port Credit is packed year-round with the sights and sounds of Mississauga's finest musicians and artists. It's really the hub for our city's local music scene, somewhere where Mississauga comes alive. Somehow it's the heart and the soul of this town, and we're very proud of it. And you've seen that, of course, over the weekend with the South Side Shuffle, filling our streets with incredible music. The reality is that Mississauga has truly emerged as a hub for music, and we are proud, very proud, to be home to several world-renowned artists, including the one and only Patty Janetta Baker, Gil Moore from Triumph. So proud that we launched the Triumph movie, the documentary about the rise of the band, on Friday night at TIFF. That was a great show. I hope you all get to see it. Please do. You need to. Alessia Cole, Billy Talent, Party Next Door, and of course, Oscar Peterson, just to name a few. And this year, we gather to welcome 2 new members of Mississauga's music community to the Walk of Fame: television and radio broadcaster, actor, media producer, and humanitarian, George Strombolopoulos, and the world-renowned sound engineer and producer, Noel Cadastre. George Strombolopoulos, or Strombo as he's affectionately known, as we've all come to know him and call him, is one of the most influential names in the Canadian music scene. Currently the host of the Strombo Show on Apple Music and CBC Radio 2, for more than 2 decades, George has been giving Canadians a deeper understanding of the people behind the music that we love so much. And I think we can all agree it's George's intimate and organic interview style and his genuine curiosity about the lives of his guests that has made him a standout. What has always amazed me about George is how he gets to these incredibly huge stars and how he gets them to open up about their personal lives and share intimate details about themselves. Pretty incredible. Whether it's Gord Lightfoot, Shania Twain, Robert Plant, or Snoop Dogg, his interviews always seem to be more like a conversation between two friends, leading to many candid moments and some sincere comments as well. From his time hosting the New Music to George Strombolopoulos Tonight to The Hour, George has provided Canadians with rare glimpses into the lives of musicians, actors, sports stars, and world leaders. While always being a champion for Canadian music and shaping the national conversation about arts and culture, philanthropy has also been a big part of George's life, including his work with the Canadian Music Therapy Fund and the George Strombolopoulos Music Therapy Scholarship. The other inductee today is Noel Cadastre, is the man behind some of the world's biggest hits. As Drake's exclusive producer-engineer and part of the OVO team, Noel has credits on many of Drake's albums, beginning with Thank Me Later in 2010 to his most recent album, Certified Lover Boy, which was just released a week and a half ago, and I hope you all had a chance to listen to it. I know I did. Noel has also contributed to multiple Canadian, European, and world tours, and has also worked with a wide range of talented artists, including 2 Chainz, Nicki Minaj, Big Sean, Action Bronson, Party Next Door, Lil Wayne, and DJ Khaled, just to name a few. And what makes me proud is that Noel is a graduate of Mississauga's very own Metalworks audio production and engineering program, owned by none other than Gil Moore. What also makes us very proud. It's truly hard to imagine 2 more deserving Mississaugans to add to our Music Walk of Fame. So please join me in congratulating George Strombolopoulos and Noel Cadastre on this incredible honor and achievement. Thank you so much for everyone for joining us here today. Enjoy the show.
And now, the counselor from Ward Wonderful, Mr. Ward Wonderful, Stephen Dasko.
Now this is what I call a great sight for the eyes. This pandemic has really done something for all of us in our community. We have become so well known. The grass that we're on right now, just to let you know, it's a special mix of grass because it's a hardier grass for us because we do so many festivals here normally. So to have everybody out here for the Southside Shuffle is absolute magic. So I wanted to just take 1 second and just have everybody put their hands together for all the organizers and all the volunteers and the city staff that made this event happen. George, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you personally, but I've got to say, I probably watched more screen time of you interviewing people and also doing something which I think most other interviewers just don't do. Really doing a deep dive and doing your homework on the subjects that you do, and it really shows, and it's absolutely fantastic. And Noel, my gosh, you got a good start. I must say, you got a good start at a great place at Metalworks, And as well, just your body of work that you've done with Drake is absolutely incredible, and it has touched every single part of the globe, which is truly an incredible feat unto itself. So congratulations. I just wanted to make mention of a few folks that really have done a lot over the years to help make everything happen the way it does. It's great that we show up, we see these things, and we go, wow, this is just fantastic. But the people that really put all the hard work and the elbow grease into it, it really goes a long way. Two people that have done an awful lot over the years, and unfortunately we've lost them this year, is Sandy Smale and Beatrice Moreira Laidlow. Before I turn it back over, I would be remiss if I didn't echo what Madam Mayor Crombie just mentioned, and that's we've got Gil Moore in the house today. And Gil just had his documentary movie, Rock and Roll Machine, debut at TIFF on Friday, and a long time in the making, but the right time in the making in terms of its release. Truly exceptional and absolutely a great movie to watch. Everybody should truly watch it. It is absolutely amazing to see a worldwide phenomenon that Triumph was right out of Mississauga being put into a documentary, and it was so well done, and I recommend everybody check it out. And lastly, I just wanted to say a quick thanks to Cliff Hunt, and I've got to go through the list now. I really do. Don McVie, Patty Janetta, Joey Cee, Jack Sloggett. They have kept this going. I'm a proud sponsor on behalf of Ward 1. I will continue to do so because this to me is part of one of the aspects that makes our community so special, so dynamic, and truly, it keeps us coming back for more and more and more. So thank you all very much for being here today, and enjoy the show.
I'm Don McVie, and I'd like to reiterate our welcome to the esteemed guests, our past inductees, our mayor, past and present, our member of parliament, and the sponsors who came today and who have stood up behind us. I wish to speak up for our grantors and wonderful sponsors who stepped up to help us take the next important step for the Walk of Fame. The Walk of Fame we recognize as a celebration of our community heritage. And if you're like me, you could walk down that strip of 29, soon to be 31, and you wouldn't necessarily recognize every name. And so one of the things we've been introducing, and you'll see more of it today, is the new walk experience, the future of the walk, where when you go down, you'll be able to be informed and you'll be able to put the pieces together, because this is real heritage of the people. When Phil Hex stood here, I remember he let loose with 50 pages of notes, I believe, which blew away, and Patty ruined it. She went and got them for him. And he went on, but the thing that was so remarkable was that he had the time and space to talk about growing up in Mississauga, buying his first guitar. And I recognize that, acknowledging celebrity, especially since our event also acknowledges the leaders, not only the talent, but also the people who are behind the scenes, producing, making it happen. And we have a very rich heritage in that. And one of the things that I know as an advocate, I grew up in an era where people didn't necessarily acknowledge they came from Mississauga. Maybe we'd say we came from Port Credit, maybe Cooksville, Streetsville, but for a city to reach a place where people can stand up and say, I'm proud to say I came from Mississauga, whether it was in Malton or was in Cooksville or was in Streetsville or was in Port Credit. Now, to make that happen, we've had to have people who stepped up behind us and said, yeah, the money can be there to make that happen. The first few years, Jim, in his inimitable style, said, let's start it, and then starts asking for the money. By this year, we realized that it had to have some funding sources that were to go forward. And I want to acknowledge first and foremost that this year we brought on a presenting sponsor. And I see Christina Giannoni's here. I'm not going to make her stand up and recite her welcome, but I would say this, that for those of you who have been aware in Los Angeles or whatever, Brightwater is a 72-acre award-winning master planned community that's going to be built where most of us remember there being an oil refinery. It doesn't just happen. It happened because the community, as part of its maturing process, understood there were questions to ask, there were standards to be set, and when they had the right kind of people stepping up to offer solutions, Port Credit listened. And that makes me very proud. I'm one of those people who's tremendously proud of what has happened in Port Credit. So Brightwater is a team effort, Kilmer, Diamond Corp, Dream, and our local Fram and Slocker. And it is going to bring 18 new acres of finished park to our waterfront. And that's very, very exciting. And for many of us, not only those who've led the community, but those of us who's lived in it are thrilled to be a part of the future. We want to thank the Port Credit Community Foundation, which is my old job, as Bill Maher would say, and the Port Credit BIA, both of whom have stuck with us over the years. We have several level sponsors, including Peel Chrysler Fiat, and Peel Chrysler has been here every year, and when we needed a few bucks, we could call Danny, and he'd write a check, and God bless him for that. This year, Christopher Thompson, the Terraces Urban Towns, and Migo Media are also large sponsors. And I want to say thank you to Plum Realty Group, as well as our community partners, the Tim Hortons Southside Shuffle, our amazing partners who've made this so special for us. The City of Mississauga, Creative Hub 1352, who gave their most valuable member of their team, Meredith Wood, who's been our social media gal, and that's community sticking together. The City of Mississauga and our Enhanced Walk Experience technology partner, the faculty and students of Sheridan College. Last but not least, our board of directors, our volunteers, and we also have a round of applause for those who helped us to honor the music industry legends and leaders from Mississauga. Back to you, Chris.
Before we begin, our team would like to extend a big thank you to the Mississauga Music Walk of Fame Committee and to our supervisor, Magdan Stoika, for providing us with continued support, guidance, and for amazing opportunities like this one. Yes, please. I, Samina Kalik, and my fellow partners, Bilha Gideon and Nevada Gracie, are so grateful to have this experience be a part of our senior year. It's going to be hard to top this moment for sure. It was around this time last year that Cliff Hunt virtually joined in on our software engineering lecture to initially propose the idea of the Walk Experience project to computer science students at Sheridan College. The first thing Cliff had done that day was play us a presentation that the committee had put together. During this presentation, we were given insight into the story of the late, brilliant jazz musician Oscar Peterson, who is, of course, an inductee of the Walk of Fame here. Through Oscar Peterson's story, Cliff made clear the mission at hand. The committee wants people to understand the significance of the Mississauga Music Walk of Fame and did not want the journeys and stories of the Walk's inductees to go unheard nor go unlearned. On any other day, when people stop by the Walk of Fame and see the stars and the names they bear, there's a curiosity that goes unleveraged. Personally, having grown up in Mississauga, learning about Oscar Peterson's story and Patty Janetta's and Cliff's own story, and recognizing the work of today's inductees, I feel a deeper appreciation to where I'm from, and I'm inspired to know what is possible. So I can imagine what the power of learning each inductee's story can have on others. As computer science students who were thinking about what we wanted to do for our capstone project, which, to give a brief summary, begins at our final year at Sheridan and is a way we can take everything that we've learned and apply it to a real-world problem and develop a solution from the ground up. The goal of the Walk Experience project resonated with myself and my fellow team members, and we knew this is a project we wanted to tackle, and we must admit the idea of having such an experienced set of domain experts at our side was a major cherry on top. Now I'm going to pass the mic over to Bilha, who's going to delve into more of the details of the project itself.
Thank you, Samina. The Mississauga Music Walk of Fame Committee aims to bring its stars into the 21st century through the introduction of digital innovations. The new experience will allow visitors to stand over the star of one of the walk's legendary icons, and by simply hovering the device's camera and scanning it, enter an engaging and immersive world where they can experience the artist's legacy through mindful, curated moments. It's important to the committee and to our team that the visitors encounter something personable when they decide to scan and learn more about an inductee. They are initially greeted through a video message, and this welcome is the first introduction, similar to a tour guide, taking it a step further and making it more special with the welcome video being from the inductee or someone close to them. Once welcome, the visitor is brought to the STAR's homepage, consisting of a collection of different types of content. Every hub will include a biography, photos, and videos. For example, certain inductees, such as musicians, may incorporate audio content, like music. Visitors will be able to reflect on the inductee's life and career by having access to a hub of various media. Once welcomed, the visitor is brought to the STAR's homepage. The walk showcases numerous inductees, like Oscar Peterson and Patty Janetta, but not all who are inducted are traditional musicians. Thus, each inductee's hub may not look the same. For instance, those being inducted today, George has impacted the music industry through House of Strombo or interviewing at Much Music, for example. So maybe for him, we would see shows that he has hosted or interviews he has held. With Noel being a sound engineer, we would want to highlight his work by showcasing the projects that he's participated in. These differentiations between inductees are included amongst the biographies for each one, as well as their photos and videos. Through the increased usage of the application, we can gain insight into the type of content that visitors enjoy and continuously improve on the project based on those insights. The possibility to elevate visitor interactions from viewing a star to experiencing memories or possibly learning something new about a piece of the city's heritage that they may not have known initially coming to the walk is the primary driving force for us. And the ability is now at their fingertips through the walk experience. We hope you get the chance to take a closer look at our posters. They have some of the views from the application currently and QR codes leading to a demo, allowing you to get a feel of the walk experience, since the application is not currently available for download. A current walkthrough may be seen there. I'll pass it on to Nevada now to talk about the application's future.
Thank you, Vilha. So what we have built thus far acts as the groundwork for the Walk Experience project. Each decision we are making works to ensure that the application has continued growth and evolution so that this digital innovation can be seen as a staple in the community. So what comes next for the future of the project? Well, our team will keep iterating to create the best experience possible. Additionally, we will be introducing advanced technologies such as augmented reality to the application. This will allow us to build that visually immersive feel, which we hope to pair with a guided audio track. Since the Mississauga Music Walk of Fame is a Music Walk of Fame, audio is something we don't want to miss. While our team continues to work with the Walk of Fame committee to keep exploring how to build connections between visitors and inductees, we hope that this project showcases the city's dedication to celebrate its trailblazers. We strive to draw in new and diverse demographics wishing to learn more about the talent that has impacted Mississauga, allowing promotion and renewed attention at the walk. Soon, the Mississauga Music Walk of Fame will not just be like any other Walk of Fame. It will be one that tells the story behind each of the stars. At the reception, feel free to seek us out if you have any questions regarding the application. Thank you.
The engine behind the rock and roll machine. Please welcome my old pal, Gil Moore.
Hi, everybody. Before I start talking about Noel, which is talking about a family member as far as I'm concerned, so it's really from here. I want to just a tiny little history lesson of how we got to this stage, and it starts with former Madam Mayor Chancellor Hazel McCallion. I don't know, where's Hazel sitting? Oh, there you are, right behind me. Oh, hi, Peter, too. And Hazel had the great vision to see that the arts were so important in Mississauga. I stood in this park in 1978 and we lit a gigantic match together. Do you remember that, Hazel? to set off the festival that day. And we have a great photo to prove that historical fact. But that motivation towards the arts could have fallen apart when the mayor's office changed, but it didn't, because Bonnie Crombie, Madam Mayor today, leveraged all that was historical about music and the arts in Mississauga and decided to take it to the next level. And most recently, started our very own music office here at the city of Mississauga, which is a great, great change. Mississauga is now a music city. Thanks to everybody who's already been thanked. I won't go through the list again. All the great volunteers, Cliff, and all the wonderful work you've done, Dawn and Patty, and so on. On to Noel. Oh boy, where do I start? I'm going to start right at the very beginning. So, interestingly, Noel paid his own tuition fee at Metalworks Institute. There's an interesting fact. Not many students do that. Noel came to Metalworks Institute. He was already successful. He had no need to change careers. He was in the food and beverage industry, and he was a manager. Why would you give up a career where you're already doing really, really well, and you don't need anything really, and you just decide on I'm not going to call it a whim, but an intentional left turn to say, I'm going to take on the music industry, which is a very difficult industry to take on from a standing start. But take it on, he did. He became so popular in the school. We don't have a valedictorian each year, but we do have a Founders Award that represents someone who has an amazing impact, not just on the students around, but also the faculty, everybody that he engages with. And Noel won this award many years ago now. His good buddy, Noah Shebib, 40, sitting right beside him, was there with me, giving Noel that award. But we could see right then what kind of young man Noel was going to be. It's so great to see his wife Jennifer here, and his daughters Noel and Maya here as well. He's got a great family here. What happened after school? He was so outstanding. We decided we've got to hire this guy. He's just too good. And he was so smart with computers back then that he became an IT manager at Metalworks. He did all sorts of wonderful things, setting up our servers and our networks, all the tough stuff that everybody else fumbles with. Noel just dug in and became a sort of a computer scientist overnight, which he's still doing now with Drake. Very interesting. Our online education system was actually initiated by a discussion with Noel. Noel, we need to go online with our education. What should we do? Can you do some research and get back with a plan? And that started our platform, which over the years has iterated into an application that we are extremely proud of. We feel we have a learning management system equal to any university anywhere in the world. And we're now in the process, and Noel is working on this with me, launching a free music education program for youth that we're hoping to launch in 2022 with the support of RBC Foundation. The groups that Noel has worked with beyond Drake, the artists and groups have been mentioned: Nicki Minaj, 2 Chainz, Lil Wayne, Rihanna. The list just is very, very long. And if I get into the Grammys, the Junos, and the Platinum albums, we'll be here until next Sunday at this time. He has won so many awards, you're going to have a gigantic mantle above your fireplace, or maybe have 3 or 4 of them, Noel, to collect all these awards. And more importantly than anything, when I think about why Noel's here today, it has everything to do with him as an individual. Our school has taken or been given far too much credit. Schools are environments to learn, but students, young people, like the 3 young ladies that we just talked to at Sheridan, they're making something of themselves. It's their own initiative. Hopefully the school is helping them. And this is exactly what happened meeting Noel and seeing him work his magic, which he continues to work to this day. Drake's newest album, what? It's only #1 in the world? Is that the best we could do this week? I'm not kidding. Check the Spotify charts. #1, right here in Mississauga. Noel, you're an amazing guy. More important than all your talent, and everybody knows, they've heard me say this privately, more important than his talent and his work ethic is his persona. He has a heart as big as all outdoors, and he demonstrates through his actions his support for other younger students that have come along with 40's help as well at OVO Sound. We've got more Mississauga music engineers and producers following in Noel's footsteps and following in 40's footsteps. I couldn't be prouder, and Noel, I love you. Please welcome Noel Cadastre to the Mississauga Music Walk of Fame.
Wow. It's not often I find myself on this side of the mic, so you'll have to forgive me. Thanks, Gil. That was quite the story you told. I love you back, though. It's a tremendous honor to be here today and have my contributions to the music industry so far be memorialized in this way. Most people who know me know that I'm not a guy who reaches for the spotlight. I'm more comfortable in the background. And to be honest, when you put me upside somebody like Strombo, who's like a Canadian legend to me, I feel a bit out of place. For the last 15 plus years, I've been working with my head down with the simple goal of using my skills to make a meaningful and quality contributions to whatever task, great or small, that's placed in front of me. I'm looking up for the first time in those 15 plus years, and I'm grateful that this moment has allowed me to do so. I'm very thankful to the Mississauga Music Walk of Fame, its committee, and all its organizers and volunteers, and the city of Mississauga for creating this special moment for me to be able to do so and briefly take a break from my work. This is also an honor that I plan to continue to earn because I don't think I'm quite finished yet. So look for more to come. In terms of music has always been a friend to me, and I can recall many moments in my childhood where music provided the words and the sounds to describe and express the things that I could not. Music provided the soundtrack to many of the movies that I would create in my vivid imagination to escape whatever was going on with me as a young boy growing up in St. Lucia. I relied on the imagination to transport me wherever I could dream up. And still, I could never imagine this life that I've been so fortunate to live. A life that allows me to do the very thing I love to do the most. A life that allows me to do the very thing I love to do the most, and also to repay music for all she's done for me. I haven't arrived at this place on my own. There's been many people who have helped me along the way to achieve this journey. Every small favor extended to me has been just as big as the biggest opportunities that I've had in my life. I want to take some time now to thank some of those people who are here and some of them who are not here. I'd like to first thank my parents, Noel and Julia. My dad's not here, but my mom is right over here. For all the love and constant support that you guys have always shown me. My dad, who I share DNA with, and also his name, who also started from very humble beginnings. None of us could have ever imagined this. So I'm so proud to be your son and to be able to achieve this for us. To my fiancée, Jennifer, thank you for strapping in for this wild roller coaster ride with me. To my two daughters, Naya and Noel, I love you both very much. And let this serve as proof that anything is possible. To my siblings and their families, thank you for the support, especially my speechwriter over there, my younger sister and my lifelong BFF. I also owe a debt of gratitude to a lot of people who were in some way instrumental in me getting here. First being Shauna Archibald, who made a lot of sacrifices and was one of the very first people to support me in my quest to become an engineer. Gil Moore, obviously, the man who, I don't know, I can't tell you, he's like a father figure, a friend, a brother, a mentor, a teacher. He's a great man and has done a lot of great things for me and continues to do so. So thank you, Gil. I love you very much. Noah Shebib, my brother, my friend, my family member, my greatest mentor. Thank you for the ride you've taken me on. I can't wait to get back to it and just keep riding it till the wheels fall off. I love you very much. Love you too, my brother. Obviously, Drake, who I could not be here without. Again, another man who's been a brother to me, who's included me in his family and brought me on this ride with him and has trusted me with his most precious thing, which is his creation, his music, his art. So I appreciate you, brother, and I love you. Mr. Morgan, a friend and constant sounding board, all of the OVO family, label artists, and everybody in the trenches working to make this dream that we live possible. All the faculty and staff at Metalworks Institute, especially, I don't know if anybody I came up with is still there, but even the people who are there now, the new ones, thank you for helping people realize the same dream that I was trying to realize. Michael Banton Jones, rest in peace, the first engineer to believe in me and give me a chance as an audio engineer. Shelby Jones and Julie Hoffman. Julie Hoffman did one small thing for me that changed my life forever, and I will forever be in her debt for what she did for me that day that allowed me to go on this journey with Drake and 40. So thank you, Julie. I'll leave you with a small message of encouragement today. Some of my most unfortunate circumstances have been the very things that have propelled me further into my destiny. And so my encouragement to you is play the hand you've dealt. Even if life demands a reshuffle, even if you feel like you deserve a reshuffle, you need new cards. Play the hand you've been dealt and play it very well. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hold on.
Thanks.
Okay, we're moving along. And now, to introduce our next inductee, and final inductee for that matter, a musician, a writer, a broadcaster, and a great friend of George, please welcome Mr. Bob Mackowycz Jr.
Before I start, let me just say, Gil and Noel, that was amazing. Like, really, that was really inspiring and beautiful. And in a lot of ways, your stories is kind of what sits at the center of George's story. I've known George for 25 or so years. We both started our careers together, working overnights in radio, making $10 a week. People always think that's a joke. We made $10 a week, sleeping on floors, because you have a passion for this sort of thing. And in that time, I've seen George grow from these little production studios into someone who's traveled the globe, interviewing dignitaries, interviewing the world's finest directors and writers. He's held the position of a host of Hockey Night in Canada, which you can argue is not just the biggest sports job, but the biggest broadcasting job in the entire country. As far as being a broadcaster, he's pretty much finished the game. And now with Apple Music, he's making a radio show. I'm very happy to be working with you on it. It's in 165 countries. The point is, all of this has been so crazy as a ride, and it's a wheel with so many spokes. And yet it's really nice to be able to speak to you today and see this honor being given to George, because it's about music. And in a lot of ways, music has always been at the heart of everything. And I thought about why that was, because it could have been sports, it could have been politics, it could have been humanitarian work, but it's always been music. And I think it comes down to two things: individuality and community. George is one of the most interesting individuals I know, and he's someone who's always fought for his own vision. He's someone who's always fought for the vision of others. He's always honored the fact that every human being has a story to tell and a story to be a part of. And to make the most of that is to honor the idea of being an individual. And this goes back to music as a kid. There were two things that defined George's life growing up: faith in his mom's house and music. And those two don't always go together. George liked his heavy metal, and there were a lot of posters that got thrown out over the years. But I think what happened was a really interesting merging of morality, ethics, vision that came from this faith-based organization that his mom brought him up in, and creativity. And the creativity in artists like you, Gil, and Noel, and 40, and all the other artists who are here. The ability to be a person tapping into your own story and inspired by the sounds you hear around you. You know, when you're sitting there and you're looking at the posters on your wall or the t-shirts you put on your back, and you're thinking, it's something bigger than me, but I know I belong in this somehow. And that little something turned into an amazing career that spanned almost 3 decades. And I think that George probably recognized in figures like George Strummer and some of the great hip hop artists of the past that they were trying to say something. And that something was just so important, not just what they were saying, but the fact that they could say it was the most important thing. And that brings us to the second reason why I think George has not only had an amazing career, but it speaks to why music is such an important part of it. I'm not sure anything really creates a sense of community quite like music. This goes back to being a kid and walking around in a Metallica t-shirt and saying, this is who I am, but there's another guy with a Metallica t-shirt. Now we have something in common. Now we share something. And that shared experience is at the heart of everything George tries to do. It's about who you are within the collective of what everybody's trying to do, and how those things don't have to be different. And those things actually can help to build each other. When I think about what George has done with his platform, whether it's working on the macro level to help to create an industry that people can work in and grow, whether that's to help give legislators a kick in the butt to make sure that they're making sure the arts are important, whether that's to work with the heads of record labels to say, hey, you got to hear this kid, like working on the most macro levels, and the fact that these doors have opened up to him with the position that he now has. He has never taken that lying down for a day in his life. And the other part of it is the other, I think personally, more interesting part of community. And it speaks to the kid that might be in that building right now with a garage band opened up and a window that he's working on, just trying to find the perfect snare sound. George's sense of community isn't just about what's big out there. It's about what's next and who belongs in it and who's being included and who isn't included right now, and making sure that everybody gets to go along with this ride. I've seen him take so many first tapes, then CDs, now just email me a file, but from kids that he doesn't know. They're just random kids that say, hey man, I saw you on Much Music, or whatever it is. Can you listen to this? And he listens to it, and he puts it on his shows. And then he'll turn around and say, hey man, this is really good. You should meet that person. Or you know what? I think that this person at this label might actually find this interesting. He opened up his home, not just to people like Robert Plant, who has been in the house being interviewed, not just to the Cult or the Kills or whoever it is, but you know, there are a lot of people out there who can say, the first person who ever spun me on the radio was George Strombolopoulos. Whether it's a Billy Talent, a Sum 41, I've seen Havaya Mighty come through the house, you know, Jessie Reyes comes as she's on the come up, and all of a sudden they're shooting something together. Like it's a universal approach. And I think at the heart of it is community as a unifying force. So it's a real honor to be able to say George's name and star is going to be part of a Walk of Fame, because there's two things that are really kind of cool about a Walk of Fame. One is it's about pounding the pavement, which is at the heart of every form of success. And streets are where we get together and meet. And I kind of think that's what George is all about. So please welcome me and help me celebrate the fact that my buddy has this wonderful honor today.
Hi, it's nice to see you. Thank you very much. It is an honor and a thrill for me to be up here with you as well, and Noah. It's interesting to be doing this in Mississauga because it's such a huge part of my story, and it's all kind of happening in this room as well. My first real introduction to what Canadians could make that could be powerful on a global level is a film your father made, and seeing what your dad Don created, and then realizing it was ours. That's big. You know, we talk an awful lot about how massive Toronto and Mississauga and Canada is around the world culturally, but it wasn't like that for a long time. Strangely, Noah, you're at the center of a lot of it, both in film and in music. And Noel, what you've been doing. But it wasn't like that, but it was your dad's film that got a lot of us at home to pay attention to what happened. It's funny that I'm wearing the exact same thing here that I'm wearing in that picture, because it's kind of the exact same thing I wear all the time. But the very first rock and roll t-shirt, you were talking about the rock band t-shirts I wore, Bob, and hip band t-shirts, the very first music t-shirt I ever owned in my life as a kid was a Triumph shirt. So it's true. One of the very first TV pilots I ever made when I was in my early 20s and never even dreamed about being on television was with Cliff, which was, a quarter of a century ago. Was it Crank It or Tank It is what it was called. Anyway, so it's really lovely to be with all you today. Bob is right, it is about community. That has always been a thing. I think strategically I've realized that it's no fun to do this alone. It is no fun to do this alone. And to win with your best friends and to win with strangers who either could become your best friends or just be people that were along for the ride with you, it was way more meaningful to me ever than doing this alone. I've always wanted to be in a band. And that's what this feels like to me. The people that I love and care for the most are the people that inspire me the most, and I'm so grateful and lucky that they feel the same for me, and the journey has been long together and strangely easy. It's easy because when you come from a place of respect and mutual success, it's very simple. It's never been about you, it's been about what we can do together. I should say, I'm in politics, I really care about politics. The very first political exercise I ever had, aside from maybe getting roughed up by some police as a kid in Malton, was going to Mayor Hazel's office when I was in high school, and how engaged you were with us and how much you listened to us. And you didn't talk to us like we were kids. You never talked to us like we were high school kids. If we said something you didn't agree with, you let us know. And it mattered to us. You're a legend for lots of reasons, but how you treated us really matters. So I'm grateful to that. Also, I remember, I think I told the story a couple times, but I don't know, some of you may not have heard it, most probably haven't heard it. I was once in Pakistan trying to film something with Tanya during the war and almost got arrested by the Secret Service there. This is a true story. And as I was trying to fight with the cop so that our camera operator could take the microchip out of his card, the SD card, and get away so they wouldn't confiscate the card. I was going back and forth, and then I realized at some point this story was going to end badly and I was probably going to get arrested because I was yelling at the guy telling him I didn't think he was a cop. I knew he was, but I was yelling at him, "You're not a cop, you're not a cop." And I was just stalling so our camera operator could get the card out and take off. And at this one moment when the cop had enough of me mouthing off to him, this car pulls up in the middle of Lahore, Pakistan, a city I've never been in a country I'd never been in before, and this woman gets out of the car and just yells, "Strombo." And I look over at her, and I have no idea what's going on. And she just says, "I'm from Malton." And I went, "Malton!" And I ran up to her, and the cop was so confused, he left. He left, and I got away. So in that respect, Malton saved my life. Malton is such an integral part of who I am. I was raised in Jane and Wilson, Jane and Finch. My mom was raised by a single mother, moved me to Rexdale, and from Rexdale, I ended up moving to Malton. I had no idea what Malton was. I hadn't heard of Mississauga. I was really young, and my mom said, "It's by the airport. You've got a couple of friends who live here. This is going to be a really meaningful place for you." And I had no idea, and I don't even think she had any idea of how right she would be. I'm one of those kids who didn't have any plans for the future, had no ambition, had no real drive. I loved music more than anything. I could play piano, but the music I liked wasn't really piano-based. So I didn't see a career in music at all. There was no path for me in that. And I decided to be an artist until at some point I got kicked out of art class, and I realized I couldn't graduate until I got an arts credit. And there was one teacher, and I want to name him, Rob Ciccatelli is his name, at my high school in Malton. I went to a Catholic school called Ascension. And Rob said, look, you're kicked out, you can't be here, but why don't you just show up anyway, and I'll mark you absent, and no one will ever know you came. But if you show up and do the work, they can't stop you from writing the exam. I'll prepare you for the exam. It was the single last course I would ever want to take, which was drama and English. And I had no option to graduate unless I did what he said. I had one other teacher. Rob went to that teacher and said, he's a good kid, mark him absent, let's get him through high school. And I said, okay, I signed up for that deal. And I did it, and I passed those classes. And because of those people, those teachers, I got into this field of entertainment. No plan, never thought of it, but it was the grace of one person who had no reason to care. Gone through thousands of kids in his high school career. No reason to care. Just said, no, I'm gonna care. And I am ever so grateful for him, for what he did. I am ever so grateful to him and to my mother and to those people who don't even know that those small and big acts gives us the opportunity to become the people we might become. There is no guarantee, as we know. But what he taught me and what my mother taught me was that music matters. Music matters because it helps you feel a little less alone, even though it's just you under those headphones. You know, walking down the street, working in Malton at the sub shop, Mr. Submarine on Airport Road, going down to Mayor Hazel's office at that time. Bonnie, you know Malton really well, representing it. It mattered so greatly to us. I am nothing without that community. All the stories I have, all the interviews I've done, the stories I draw from happen in Malton. This tiny little neighborhood inside Mississauga has spawned so much creativity, and the city has spawned so much creativity, and truly grateful to have come from all this. So I'm really grateful to be a part of this, and to be with you, which is really nice. This is a cool city, and Bob is right. It is about pounding the pavement. It is about pounding the pavement. It is about being on the streets. It's something that I know you never forgot. It's something that I will never forget, and to be here with you has been pretty special. Thank you so much.
The journey's hard, but so is the regret of not doing. So take a chance, just do it and just start living.
Congratulations to our two newest inductees to the Mississauga Music Walk of Fame, Noel Cadastre and George Strombo.
You have it, guys. It's still going on, and that was such a beautiful speech. They're such humble people. Wow, you know, I hope this inspires everybody who's following their dreams. You know, it's a rough journey, but with the journey comes, like, you know, amazing opportunities. So you just got to keep doing what you're doing. I just wanted to show you guys what is the possibility. And, you know, even myself, you know, Joey, man, thank you for the opportunity and giving me this opportunity. You will be the one who I'm going to be thanking once I'm up in the podium, so thank you. Anyways, we are going to the star now, and we're going to unveil the star, and they're going to come here, so let's check it out. 3, 2, 1.
Photographs now. I like Mary Hazel.
our great mayor at 100, ex-mayor, but still our mayor in our hearts. Come and say a few words.
Oh, thank you very much, Madam Mayor, and all the wonderful people that have assembled today to recognize. But today I'm thinking of Jim Tovey, who started this idea in Port Credit. He was a man of vision. He contributed so much to the city of Mississauga, but especially the Port Credit area. And so today I want to congratulate the winners, and it's so wonderful that that his idea established this Walk of Fame. I want to congratulate all the many winners. There's some of them here today with us, and to the two recent ones. I remember when I was in Malton, and when you came to my office, by the way, George, as a young kid, and I was a little rough with you, but I just wanted you to be famous, and you became famous. So congratulations, and thank you for inviting me to be with all of you today. You know, the city of Mississauga is a great city. It's only a great city because of its people, and people like George. And where's the young man? Oh, yeah, that was trained by to be an engineer in music direction. Anyway, thank you very much, and let's shape the future. Let's not worry about the past, but let's shape the future of this great city of Mississauga, like the people today.
Woo! Noel, get another photo.
Your brother getting his star today.
I sure do.
How do you feel?
Proud, happy, honored to know him, and just, you know, Noel works incredibly hard, and that's sort of what it takes to get here, right? Like, opportunity is great. Like, I'm glad I was able to give him an opportunity, but no, I'm sorry. It's his hard work that put that star on this pavement and nothing else. So I'm just here to honor that and celebrate that, and I'm super proud of him.
Yeah, just even talking to Noel, he's such a humble guy, and you know, that's the main thing that I've seen in this whole thing, especially even with George. What do you have to say about, you know, people being humble and anyone who's trying to follow their dreams and pursue their, you know, goals?
I guess spend more energy on pursuing your goal than on yourself. I guess maybe, you know, like, you don't need to be so concerned about yourself. You need to be so concerned about where you're trying to go and what your goals are. And I think Noel understands that. So it's about the family, the team, the music we make, opposed to it being about, you know, him, you know, or making it about me or about us as individuals. It's a group effort.
It's a service for the world.
You got it.
Yeah, brother. You know what? This is such an exciting journey. Noel, it's nice to see you. And your family, your brother to get a star.
Yep.
And maybe one day your star will be here too. You never know. But
yeah,
you already got tons of awards, man.
Yeah, we'll see if they can get me out here. We'll see.
Yeah, that's right. All right, brother. Nice meeting you, man.
No, come on. Pleasure was all mine.
All right, so we are here right now, and I'm going to talk to these awesome people from Sheridan who are going to create an amazing app, and I'm going to show it to you right here. There we go. Hi. Hello. At Sheridan. I was at Sheridan for electronics engineering, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we got that. So you want to tell us a little bit about this whole shenanigan thing?
Yeah, of course. We were kind of approached during one of our courses to work on this project for the Mississauga Music Walk of Fame, and we ended up being able to go forward with it. So essentially how our application works is that you would scan a star, and then you would have like access to curated content for that inductee. We kind of wanted an opportunity for people to be able to be at the walk and like be immersed in that experience, not just a star to look at, even though that is a lot, but also to have like more facilitated content in case you don't know about the inductee or you want to learn more. So it's right there, kind of at your fingertips. We also want to include an augmented reality portion to kind of be more immersive and have little fun things for people to interact with. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's kind of a broad view of
Whose idea was this?
Actually, Cliff came to us with a
Cliff Hunt? Okay,
yeah. I think the committee was speaking about it, and they kind of had this idea to have this immersive kind of experience at the walk, and then they came in and approached us, our class, about it, and then we wanted to go forward with it. So yeah.
Well, you guys are doing a good job.
Thank
that's for
you
sure.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. Like, you know, that the whole idea and putting everything together for everyone to see, you know, because sometimes people walk by and they're like, what the hell is all this stuff?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
but then when they see it and they'll get the information, that's really amazing.
Yeah, of course.
Good job, guys.
Thank you so
Nice
much.
job.
Thank you.
Look at that. Look at that. The walk experience. All right, there you have it, everybody. I can't feel my hands anymore. I think I'm going to sign off now. And we'll try to see what's up. Maybe there might be some other things going on. All right?